Hello everyone and welcome back to another Tuesday Voxedit with me, Panda Pops. How are we all doing? I hope everybody had really good Christmas and New Year. So yeah, I just thought I'd put up what I think was the last thing that we created, which was these cute little mushrooms to be able to go build up our world. So I'm thinking we're gonna do sort of like half sort of more chilled, where we're just gonna make a few plants and some smaller assets, just because I'm still getting everything imported from my old computer over to here, so I can't 100% remember exactly where we left off. And I'm not too sure if I've got everything imported over, but I do have the vast amount. But hi, Nervax, Saged, and Semsi. Ooh. Yeah, how is everybody doing? I hope we're all good. And yeah, I'm just gonna make sure I've got everything on here. I've also realized I don't have Spotify on this computer. I do not have Spotify on here. Semi. That is not how you spell semi. Semisa. I'll call you Semi if you want me to call you Semi. Seems weird now though. Freezing. Why are you cold? Why are you cold? So anyway, yeah, so we made these tiny little mushrooms. These really are small. You need to change your name, what, to Semi or to or to something that isn't Semi? Maine. Oh, you guys have got like really cold weather right now, haven't you? Right, so we're gonna make some more plants. So create new asset. We're in the plants, and I'm gonna do plant small 2. We did call that plant small, but I feel like it's not, like it's more of a cluster of plants, so I'm not completely convinced I made some small plants. 20, I'm guessing that's Fahrenheit, because if you said Celsius, I'd be like, yeah, we're below that. What's 20 Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit. Huh. Whoa, -6. Oh, that is cold. That is cold. Wrap up warm. Wear all the jumpers, like all of the jumpers, sweaters, whatever you call it. You guys call them sweaters. Wear layers. Layer yourself. Put blankets, dressing gowns, cover yourself up. You love my videos? Thank you. What would be the correct size for a sword? Okay, so I mean, the template is pretty much the correct size for a sword. So we have right here blades. Some people, I did notice on YouTube, some people had commented about why are the avatars gone. So the avatars are actually being upgraded and edited, so they've been disabled from the templates. You can just use the medium humans. Obviously they're not going to make it as an avatar, but you could create a human, like use the medium humans to create those looks. Medium humans and avatars are the same size, except for medium humans are used for NPCs rather than avatars, which can be used as, you know, you in the game or somebody in the game. 3 hoodies on right now. Wow, you must be like start with like a small hoodie that fits you, and then you have to go like up to a medium and then to a large just so it fits over, because hoodies are thick, like they're big. Right, plants small. I did not get any concept art at all. So small plants. Could make a cactus maybe. I'm thinking, because the mushrooms were quite exotic looking, I'm kind of thinking doing another form of exotic plant. Maybe even just, yeah, I've got an idea. Okay, I've looked at a few plants. I'm gonna kind of just go off of like a normal flower, but just make it look a little bit bright. So what we're going to do is, I do everything. I've said this so many times and I'm gonna say it so many more times. Instead of making all my models separate and then moving them to the animator to rig up and put together, I now just do everything in the animator. So I straight away, and I'll always just pop in a control node pretty much straight away. The control node just means, like, let's say you've placed something and then you realize, like, once you've rigged it all up, it's not perfectly centered because you've added bits to one side and not to the other side. The control node, you just have your child nodes coming off of that one, so you can move the entire thing. We're gonna do new, I'm gonna go leaf. No, we'll just do stem first, 'cause stem's like super easy. So, oh, so easy. So we're gonna go for, I want like a dull green for the stem. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think, yeah, that's gonna be a bit tall. We might change it a little bit. No more blue screen of death. Oh, I can't remember. Somebody suggested that, like, just for a laugh, I should have that as like a scene that I just randomly switch it over to and be like, oh no, and trick you guys. I might do it. We'll see. So I'm just going to copy this stem and do stem 2. But from stem 2, we're going to edit and make it smaller. And also just gonna make it ever so slightly darker as well. Alright, and new, we're gonna do leaf. Yeah, we're gonna make the leaf, and then I'm gonna chop the leaf up, I think, so we can get like a nice curve to the leaf. I'll show you guys what I mean. Leaves are gonna have to be quite small. Create an animated chain sword. I made it but couldn't get it to upload as equipment. You've got to use the blades template for it to be uploaded as an equipment. You need to be using that template. But yeah, so correct size for a sword. I mean, I would use the base blades template as the normal size of a sword, but you can make it smaller, make it a little bit longer, make it a bit chunkier, give it some extra dimensions to it. But yeah, that's what I would go off of. Oh, that's not the color I want. Right, what color do I want the leaves? We could make it just look a little bit sad. A little bit grey. Okay, we'll try it like this and we'll give it a little bit of an edit. I'm gonna center that, and then what I'm going to do is break up this, so leaf leaf B. Chop bottom bit off. Move the pivot down to the bottom. And then I'm going to copy that and do leaf C. Grab hold of that and just chop off this bit. Go back to B. Chop off the top. Trim it down. Should be fine. Then this one, we're going to just chop off pretty much all of that. Trim it down and move the pivot point right down here. Yeah, right at the end. Now I just want to see what that looks like, so I'm going to create plant 1. Gotta have a child node stem. Put the bigger stem on there. Might need to make it a bit bigger. And then off of the stem, we're gonna have leaf A. It's a little bit big. Definitely gonna make the stem a little bit bigger. Then we're gonna do leaf B. Yeah, so I've got an idea of what I'm going to do with this. So I'm actually going to just chop off one side and kind of center the pivot, but then move it back to that point. Do that. But after unlocking, I removed the avatar from the node. Is that my error? Maybe, yes. I personally, I've never, and I'm assuming you've unlocked the template. When you do that, if you've unlocked it, you've basically just made it into a normal asset. So I don't actually know how to move that back. I'm assuming you've done it because you want a different type of attack or animation to go with that sword. Personally, what I would do is I would... Well, what would I do? Okay, so what I would do is instead you want to unlock an avatar and edit the attack animation the avatar has. So, like, if instead you want, like, them to attack in a different direction. Now, if you want different effects on that sword, then I'm going to have to double check exactly how to do that. I know it's possible to do that and keep it as equipment, but I do need to double check the exact way it needs to be done, just because I don't do that. How's my day going? Pretty good. Like, I don't think it's been a bad day, like, at all. It's been a fairly good day. I've been okay productive. Like, I've not been brilliantly productive, but I've been alright productive. Could do with being a little bit more productive, but we'll work on it. Okay, so yeah, this is far too huge. Far too huge. That leaf is... The problem is the leaf is actually large as well. Like, I have to do it... Oh, whoops, go back. From it to there. Yeah. Save that. Really have to trim this down. But we can make the stem a little bit better. And then this one. Oh, now how are we going to do this? I think we're going to have to just have it being like that. Either that or I need to do a fourth one. This might actually be okay though. No, I'm not keen on that. Right, what we can do is edit this. Oh, no. I'm not happy. Okay, leaf C is being replaced by this one. Is going to go there, and then we are going to do leaf C2 and pop that there. There, much better. Okay, I'm a bit happier with how that's looking. Cool, couldn't we all do with being more productive? You had a lazy day, back to work tomorrow. Oh, you're back to work tomorrow? Oh, technically. So I officially finished my job on the 12th of December, I think it was. And then I was super productive right up until like the 23rd of December. That was like the last day I did a stream. I was so productive getting videos out. I was doing so much. I was doing so much work. And that's saying something, considering my PC was like blue screener deafing me, and it was very sad, and I was struggling to get anything done. It was very frustrating. So right up until then, and then after that, right, 24th, relaxing, lovely. Christmas Day, I got a bout of food poisoning, so that was horrible. My birthday, also still recovering from food poisoning, so that was horrible. Then Monday, no longer really had the food poisoning, but because of the regurgitation due to the food poisoning, my throat was killing me, and I had a headache for all of this time up until New Year's Eve. No, New Year's Eve. Then New Year's Eve, I was feeling okay. Then I was feeling all right on New Year's Day, and today's probably the first day I'm feeling like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm good now. Still, will it still fall in animation? Okay, so if you change the dimensions, yes, the animation will still work. Yes, it does say, like, sometimes when you change the animation, it's like, this might not work. You may need to reposition the pivot point a little bit, but the animation will work. But, Dave, happy belated New Year to you as well. Did anybody make New Year's resolutions? I didn't even bother this year. I was like, I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. It just always seemed a little bit pointless because I would never really stick to them. So it's just like, yeah, I'm skipping that this year. All right, let's edit this. I'm thinking if we make it just too thick and maybe give it a height of 7 instead. We've got it being a 2x2. Give it some girth. A little bit of height to it. That is looking a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the look of that. And we'll just edit the pivot. It is a very tiny leaf. Gotta lie. Very tiny plant. Right, and we'll have that there. Then what I'm gonna do, this is super cool that we can do this. I am actually going to go to this one right here, and I'm going to duplicate this node. So everything that's attached to that will get duplicated. So I'm gonna call this leaf 2A, and then it's done that for everything. And it's right there, see, ta-da. So now, I'm gonna rotate it around. And shimmy it over here. Oh, come back. Shimmy it here. And what we can do is we can make it look just slightly different. Got like a little bit of a tilt. So so technically not it's a manticore, but thank you. It took a lot of time to make that. I was very worried. It's like, oh yeah, my community's voted on what we would like to be made. And I was like, please let it be something like nice and simple for me to make you. Like, yeah, here you go. And it's like, oh, a manticore. Yeah, let's make that. let's let's do that. Yeah, it gives me an error. Yeah, it will do. It'll say error every time, but it's fine. Obviously, double checking Game Maker. Always check your work in Game Maker. Always check it. Right. Now, oh, this needs repositioning a little bit. There we go, lovely. Okay, and I'm gonna do it again. So I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna call this leaf 3A. I'll rotate it. Now I want this one to look just slightly different, so I'm actually going to delete that bit. And to grab it from this one here. Oh, I did that wrong. Just gotta move it that way. A little tilty tilt. Move. Position. Right, I want this one to be higher up. Out a little bit. Add. Side. Looking lovely. And then you can, oh, whoops. You can go up to about there. Pull out. Shake it about. And there we go. Lightly. There we go. Right. How am I? Sparky Snikel. I'm good, thank you. Just joined. What am I making? Cactus? Oh, a leaf. Yeah, so it's gonna be just a little plant. So because of the switch over to my new computer, I'm just trying to take it a little bit easy, trying to like figure out what I actually have moved over here rather than doing like really huge things. I remembered last time we made these cute little mushrooms that look a little bit funky, a little bit different. So now I want to make another little plant for the world that we're gonna have in. But yeah, the cactuses, the little mushrooms, I adore those. I want to make a couple that are a different color as well. Similar style, just different color. Want to make some glow shrooms. Oh, do it. Do it. So yeah, I just want to now make the top of this. I've also got like a smaller plant to do, so I'm just gonna do plant 2. And just kind of like the baby version of this plant. Whoops, wrong stem. Stem number 2, please. Look how tiny it is. We'll edit that to just be a little bit taller. Let's make it a 5. And I love just giving things like a slight tilt to them. It this way. Lovely. Right, we need to do the plant bit. Now, I have absolutely no idea what the top of the plant is going to look like, so this is going to be fun. Right, let's have a quick look at some plants. So I was going to just do like a standard flower. I might make it a little bit more like more weird. I'm going to make it a little bit more weird. I'm gonna do this. Raise that 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that seems probably the right sort of height. Okay, 5. It needs to be. And I got that effect to it. Yeah, that should be okay. We'll double check what this looks like. I'm not totally convinced by the way that this is going to be good. So off of the stem, we're going to put bird. Oh, where's the bird? Okay, let's close that, close that. There we go. It's a bit huge. A little bit huge. And knock down the bottom. Put that down like that. A little bit better. Amorphous what is that? Is that a real one? Have you seen desert peas? I have not. Should I have a look at what desert peas are? Oh, I feel like I've heard of that, or at least a plant that does. Oh, yeah. Oh gosh, right, and desert pea. They look really weird. They look like a character from something, right? Like, isn't there a character that's like a little weird creature that wears all red and has like a little black face like that? That I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's like a cartoon character that looks like that. Kind of looks like a star. They don't look like they should belong in this world. They look alien. No? Does no one know what I'm on about? Surely someone must know what I'm on about. Sure there was a cartoon like that. It's a super weird cartoon. Or like a book, maybe. Oh, whoops. No, definitely not that. I've never seen that. I've just had to look at that. I'm not gonna be able to find it now. We also have other crazy things like platypus. Platypus are absolutely adorable. Platypus look so friggin' cute. You will not make me think otherwise. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm also just gonna put a leaf. Leaf. 4A. Yeah. Just gotta turn this so it's kind of, yeah, like there. Make like a hole and put a gold or yellow block, like in the top. Ooh. Can't really do it properly there, but yeah, we can do that there, and we could probably do one properly for this one. Oh no, because I made it big. That. And then I'm going to just duplicate this one and call this plant 3. We've just got these in like groups of 3 so far. We had the mushrooms in groups of 3. Got these guys being in groups of 3. There we go. You thought it was a 3x3? No, it's like, it's teeny tiny. It's tiny. Still works. Oh, I'm starting to get a headache. I might have to go grab some ibuprofen. My eyes are still not used to having like lights blaring in them. If I turn them off, you won't be able to see me at all. So, other cool. In all fairness, in Australia, you guys have like some of like the deadliest animals. Like, I don't know how you guys survive. So many deadly animals in Australia. Ah, I just spilt tea down me. Right, left, right, left. Okay, so we've done 2 kind of, well, we've done 1 small plant this so far. I'm thinking maybe we do a bigger plant, something that we can maybe not quite like the penis plant, but maybe something kind of cool, like maybe a log with a plant, like mushrooms or something growing on it, some type of fungi. Create a new asset. Voxedit. Vox. Where are you? Create new asset. Sandbox. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna call this trunk. Hopefully this will turn out all right. I've not really done something like this for a little while, so I am a bit apprehensive, but we'll see how it goes. But hey, all the new people coming to join us. But it's not like they're everywhere in the city areas, but you don't have to go far to find a snake or kangaroo. See, I always thought it would be so fun to find a kangaroo in the wild, but from seeing so many things with kangaroos, those guys are like, they're horrible. They're so mean. Although like my aunts in Tasmania were telling me like wallabies, they're just like, oh yeah, they're like vermin over here. I was like, how can you say that about a wallaby? They're so cute. But that's the funny thing. So anybody that's not been here for a while, back during like the summer, there was a snake in my house So I live in the UK. We don't really get deadly snakes or anything like that. We do have adders, which are venomous, but nobody really dies from adders in the UK. I'm also not that close to where you would expect to find snakes. We do get grass snakes around where we are, but I've never seen, my whole entire life, I've never seen a grass snake in my town. Never. I've seen them run over on roads. I've seen them like out in the country. I've heard them in the woodlands, but otherwise I've never really seen one. And I was sat down, and at this point I had like a ton of sunflowers, like really, really big, huge sunflowers out in my garden. And unfortunately, because I didn't have anywhere to dig them into the grass, they had to be in big plant pots. Now, when it was particularly windy, some of them fell down and I'd hear them rustling. I'd go outside to pick them up. I heard what I thought, and I had headphones on and I was watching something on the computer, and I heard what I thought was like wind whistling. Very peculiar, because it was a super hot sunny day. Like, there was no wind, and I was like, oh, the wind's picked up, how odd. So I go to walk from my computer to my back door, which is like, it's like my computer's in the dining room, then the kitchen is right behind me, and the back door's in the kitchen. So I went to go walk through there, and then out of the corner of my eye, I see something moving, and I jump back, don't have enough time to register what type of snake it is, because bear in mind, I don't see them. And so I scream my head off, run out of the room, don't know where that bugger's gone. Tell my partner there's a snake. His idea was getting his shoes on and leaving the house. I was like, where are you going? He's like, I'm leaving. I was like, what? So I'm there like, ring my stepdad. He's like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I was like, oh, cool. It's like, just close the door to your dining room and maybe it'll leave. I was like, great. I ring my granddad up. Now, my granddad grew up, well, he grew up in London, but he also spent a long time living in Australia. His sister stayed out there, got family in Australia, Tasmania. They're all over there. So he spent a very, very long time growing up around snakes that he could not touch. So I rang him up. He lives about a 20-minute drive away. I'm like, there's a snake in my house. Don't know where it's gone. It's like, okay, close all the doors, get into that room and see if you can see it. I was like, great. So I get into the room. I'm stood on a chair trying to see it. My partner stood on the chair. My girl's like, I'm coming. I was like, I didn't ask you to. It's like, no, I'm coming. I was like, okay. So he's coming. We end up seeing it, and I hear it, and my partner's like, no, that's a fly. And I was like, trust me, that's the noise I heard. I know what it sounds like. And this little, and I don't mean it was tiny, it was big. It was big. It was a big grass snake, a very, very large grass snake. We don't know if it was 100% a grass snake. We got some very dodgy pictures of it, zoomed in from afar. But this thing comes waltzing out of the bathroom that's at the end of the friggin' house. Partner grabs a shoe to throw it at it, and I have to stop him because between the bathroom and where we are is the back door. It was heading to the back door, and he's trying to scare it back over to the bathroom. Needless to say, the bugger went out of the house. I was paranoid, couldn't stop looking at that corner. We also looked around the whole house after that. My granddad turns up, and he went, bless his heart, he went outside to go find it. He really, really wanted to see a grass snake. Or any snake. He was just like, yeah, I never got to hold a snake while growing up in Tasmania. Never seen a wild snake in the UK. Come to where I am. I see them if you go down to like the riverbank in the summer, then you do get to see them. I've seen a few grass snakes like really out in the country, like fields and rivers and stuff. You can see them there. Yeah, getting a ranger to come and sort it out, but I don't know what a range, like I wouldn't know the number of a ranger. I'd have a broom trying to shoo it out. Our broom is outside. The only thing I have inside is a tiny dustpan and brush. There's no way I was getting that close to it without knowing what sort it was. All I knew was it's not a python. I know what a python looks like. I know it wasn't a rattlesnake. So yeah, but we are more than certain that it was in fact a big ass grass snake. Yeah. Where are you, Devon? No, I'm in Lincolnshire. Little green ones out in the field, just stay in the fields. Ah, what are gardener snakes? I mean, if I type in gardener snake, it comes up with garter snake, but you said it's green, so I don't think I know what snake it is. Am I gonna have to make a snake now? Yeah, like, Google doesn't think a gardener snake is a thing. Find out what the snake is, so I can see what it is. Right, let's make this. We've been making nothing. Just telling you of the time that I got traumatized by a snake. And the moral of the story was my granddad really wanted to see the snake because he grew up in Australia and was never allowed to, you know, touch snakes for obvious reasons. But also, he's lived in the UK for a long time, and he's even said he's never, like, seen a snake. So he was, like, super surprised that one came into my house. It's not common for snakes to come into your house here. Like, at all. When you say little green ones, I feel like I know what you mean. Like these ones, like these little guys, they do look cute, although, like, but what are they called? Like, I have no idea what sort of snake it is. I just want to get, like, the height on this bad boy, and then we can work on more bits to it. So I just want to get the height to it. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. Not round. Don't like it at all. Right. You're being deleted. Needs to be more round. Coloring these bits in. Okay, now we're gonna go up. Okay, you need to come out, up, up, go up, go up, go up, go up. Okay, that looks a little bit better, I think. Let's see. Okay, that does look more round. I'm happy with that. It is, oh, so it is a garter snake, but everybody calls them gardener snakes. Okay. But they're not green. That's not green. They also don't look very friendly. That looks dangerous. Like, surely anything red you just don't touch, right? Like, I feel if it's colorful, you just don't go near it. They are small. Right, we're not spending all this time looking for snakes. We can't be doing it. And this needs to be taller as well. Right, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm gonna make a hole. Ah. Okay. Don't know why that was so hard to do. Alright, make a hole in the trunk. And then I want to make like a hole. Oh! Make just a hole around here. Look. Oh, I ended up making a hole right there. We'll fill that in. Okay, keep making the hole. Keep making the hole. Beautiful. Is that even working yet? I don't know how to use it. Is what using what? Anime must have been two types of snake. Animating a snake in Voxedit would be a pain. I mean, would it though? It would just be a lot of, yeah, I feel like we could do. I'm not going to do it today. I would need to I would need to fully mentally prepare myself for animation. I am not mentally prepared for animation today. Not hard animation anyway. I'm pretty happy with that. Just make a few more holes here. Now, there's two ways we could do this. We could like just make the gaps like we're doing, or I could try and edit, like color it in to look like there's like cuts within the wood. But because we're not going to do too much to this, I feel like we can do it this way. And I quite like it as well. I'm also going to just kind of like knock down this by 2 layers like that. Right up to there. So I could just go boom. Right, now that's hit down, and we'll do it one more time. We want to do that there. And do it slightly sloping up again. There. This one. That. And we'll see how that looks actually. Okay, so we're gonna add detail and stuff to it. Is it possible to turn voxels? Yes, this trick all the time, and I can't tell how to do it in Voxedit. So this is why I tell people always use the animator. Don't use the modeler. The modeler is to make your individual models. The animator is where you rig them all up together. So things like these. Okay, yes, technically I could have made this whole thing in modeler, but then I wouldn't be able to get like the slight tilt on the mushroom head or the tilt on this without tilting everything. So make everything in the animator, all your separate models, and then when you select it in the animator, this is where you can rotate. So I can grab hold of it here from up here. Can you see? Up here, I've selected this, and I can rotate it, do whatever I want with it. That's where you do it. This is why I always tell people, do it in the animator, because you can make your separate models. When you come into it, you go over to where library is and new VXM. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to just do like branch bit. It's going to be a branch bit. And grab this. So just as an example, I'm gonna also flip that way. Perfect. Love it. Okay, so now off of the trunk, I'm gonna put branch 1. I'm gonna grab this. And now we can move it up onto here. It's hard to do because I did accidentally select the exact same color, so I'm gonna make it slightly darker. Actually, I'm gonna make it a little bit more like a dead looking branch. Maybe that's too dark, too light, too gray. Okay, I'm gonna go for this and just darken it up right there. See what it looks like. Still very similar in color. Can I just change all of you? Let's make all of you this color, slightly lighter. There we go. Okay. Lovely. And then I can like tilt this like that or like that. I'm going to be adding a little bit more to this. It can also cut this down, much like I did with my leaves on one of the plants earlier on. I made a snake in Voxedit, some of the Korean eats. Yeah. There are some, the one that was in, what was it in? In the alpha, the XYZ, no, the Dead Mouse Club. Yeah, Club XYZ. Yeah, there was a snake asset right there. Yeah, there are many really good artists within the Creative Fund. And it takes so much time to make things like that as well. I need to start adding like different color to this. Don't like it. Go with that. Oh my goodness, thank you. Appreciate it. But no, so, like, I mean, you gotta give like everybody their dues though. Like there are amazing people within the sandbox. Me included, I make some cool stuff. I mean, where's some of my favorite things that I've made? This is one of my, oh, this is still pending. I can show you, it's been approved. But this toy table, absolutely love this because this is what I prefer to make, things that can add sort of more detail within people's builds. My goblin treasure room as well. This I loved making. We made this on stream. Other bits and pieces, these are unpublished because they're things that I've made for myself, but things like that. My UFO catcher is one of my favorites that I've created. and my coin pusher. So this is the coin pusher. And the dance machine. It's so cold outside. Sorry, chaotic. Or call me chaotic. Wear layers is the only suggestion I can give. Is just wear layers. It's all I can tell you to do. Oh, I'm gonna be playing a new board game that arrived today. Has anybody else got like a huge board game craze right now? I've like been obsessed. Oh my god, the coin pusher animation. Thank you. I was in the moment then, so it's really funny. So I originally what I wanted to do was, I think it must have been like one of the months where we had free reign. We don't often get free reign, which is just where they say make whatever you want this month, but still based off of like Sandbox style. And I was like, I really want to make clutter items, like items that can be used within people's builds, that can just be like added to really give the environment just like that little bit extra. Because I really like just those little tiny added details that just sort of like make it a little bit more alive. I think it's really important for people's games to have those, just to really just because I appreciate the small details. I will try and look for small details when I'm looking around these worlds, because I love it. I love finding like the randomest, littlest items that have been placed there. And like, even back when I used to play The Sims all the time, I would go out of my way to find as much custom content for clutter items as I could. So I wanted to make my builds just actually feel lived in and like lively. But yeah, so my idea was I was going to make these little things. So I was just like, okay. And I started being like, okay, I'm going to make some like cuddly toys. We'll make some cuddly toys. So I made like some cute cuddly toys. I was like, you know what? This would look great in a UFO crane game. So that I was like, I'll make that. And I was like, what can I make next? I should really make a clutter item. It's like, I've made a UFO crane game. Clearly I'm gonna make a 2p machine, or aka coin pusher. So I did that, and then I did the dance mat, and then I did the boxing one. What did I call it? Did I just call it punch? Oh, punch machine. Yeah, I just called it punch machine. Oh, yeah. Just so you know, with the punch machine, this writing right here took me forever. It took me so long. I ended up having to add a little bit of extra height just to make it fit. I was like, I don't really need to make it taller, but I'm going to make it taller. Sims custom content broke your game. Oh. He said it was 2C. I have been out in one perfectly fine, but it feels like -2 out there. I mean, I don't know what today is where I am. Yeah, it's 2 degrees right now. It's meant to be 2 right now. I'm actually quite warm. But I am wearing layers. I've got like a long sleeve top on underneath this, and I do have like a blanket on my lap to keep me snugly warm, and lights blaring at me. Yeah. So I ended up making absolutely no clutter items, but a whole arcade set. Don't tell me I spelt strength wrong. Oh, you've got me worried now. Please tell me that it's spelt right. That got bloody approved as well. You know what? That got approved, which means somebody else looked at that and was like, that's spelt correctly. Oh, okay, wait. We can get away with this. Apparently, it is a alternative spelling. It is an alternative spelling. I was like, please be somewhere in there. I was like, can I get away with this? Okay, technically it's fine. Shh. On the Christmas scene, thank you. Yeah, I really enjoyed making the Christmas one. Took me ages to do the animations on that. Sometimes you gotta really be in the mood to animate too, which can be hard. I add some moss on here. Nope. A little bit. A lot from the Christmas theme video. Awesome. It's good spelled that way. It's still good. It's still good. I mean, it got approved. Let's not fully blame me, because that has to be checked. That's the one thing on the creative end. All our stuff has to be checked and approved. So that wasn't a me. Like, obviously I made the mistake. Someone's gonna take my A-level English away from me, right? I just like, nope. That's no longer valid. You spelt strength wrong. I've been in Game Maker all week missing Voxedit. Yeah, you can watch me do Voxedit now. Take some time off, and you know. I am not liking what I've just done at all. Yeah. Right, let's choose this color. This color's always a good one. We're just gonna color some of this in. That. Like, come down here. Right to there. It just go up. Round. Cross. Up there. Go there. Right. A-level, did you go to sixth form? I did go to sixth form, and then I went to college. I've been in oh wait, I've read that. But yeah, did A-level, and then I went college. There was no way anyone was going to convince you to stay at school longer than I had to. Oh, this is going to sound so bad. I used to really like school. Like, really, really like school. I like learning. I like learning. I like being around my friends. Like, there were things about school I definitely didn't like. I didn't always have the best time at school at all. I wasn't overly treated very nicely by some people. But overall, I enjoyed learning. No. Just liked learning. Like, I like knowing things. I like being able to pull like random bits of knowledge out of the top of my head. Like, did you know the learning part of why you're here? Yay! And I enjoy teaching you. And I enjoy you being here. I enjoy all of you being here. You're all adored by me. I appreciate every single one of you. Lovely, lovely people. Looking better now, isn't it? The weird mix of popular friends and dorky friends. Dorky friends liked you because none of the popular kids picked on her when they were with you. So my school life went from like one extreme to another. So I was part of the popular group, and I use air quotes because obviously as adults we know all that stuff is absolutely stupid now, but basically the popular group. However, I was one of the people in that group that was more quiet, took a backseat, hated talking bad about other people within the group, whereas a lot of them like to basically about each other. And I was very much like, but we're meant to be friends, like why are you saying these things? Unless it was valid, unless it was like one of the girls stole another girl's boyfriend, then I could understand it. But when it was just like, oh my god, did you see how so and so did their hair? I really could not give a so I stayed in that group for about 3 years which was a long time, and then a new person joined the group and she was not nice at all, and I did not like her at all. Like, literally probably the only person I just straight up just disliked. So yeah, I pretty much ended up getting kicked out of the group, which was fun. You know, basically have a bunch of people that I'd known for and hung out with for all those years just be like, we like this person more. Like, fair enough, you will about each other anyway. And then basically went and joined the more geeky people that I get on with, and I'm still really, really close friends with many of them now. Popular kids are the ones I share in the streets now. Oh, funny. Your colouring is goals. Thank you. Thanks. Your colouring is goals. I've not seen your colouring. I'm sure your colouring's really good though. I've never had anybody say anything of mine is goals. That is, I actually really like that. Thank you. That's really, really nice. Give me more compliments. Do it. Aloha, aloha. I'm gonna say your name wrong. Hannah. Oh, I was gonna call you Pani. Paniolonate. Can I call you Pan? Or something that I'm not going to butcher. I feel bad. My leaving year was the year when teens started having I mean, I had so in year 11, so at the end of like GCSEs, I think there was one girl that had a 3-year-old, 2 that were pregnant during our GCSEs, 1 that had a 1-year-old, and another one that had another baby. But she kind of left school not long after. I don't even think she ended up doing her GCSEs, so I can't remember how old her kid was at the time. But I know she had a baby. Oh wait, did anybody want to know the board game that I'm going to be playing tonight? After the stream? Actually, I might go for a jog. I haven't been jogging since before Christmas, just because I've been ill. So I've not really been in the mood. And yeah, so I've not been in the mood to go jogging. However, I do feel like I've got the energy to go do it. So I might actually go jogging tonight. That's not the red that I use, that's the red I use. Okay. Paniolo. Like, Paniolo Nate. Paniolo. Paniolo Nate. Why Olo? Paniolo Nate. Like pollinate. Kind of like pollinate, but paniolate. Olo Nate. Just call him Nate. Is it Catan? It's not. I wish, but 2-player Catan is not gonna be that fun. I really like it. It's really fun. No, it's Paniolo Nate. There we go. I did it. It's called Wingspan. It's meant to be really, really good. So it's this game called Wingspan. I don't know if there's images of it. And it's meant to be really, really good. It's meant to be a really good game. Aniolo is a Hawaiian cowboy. Is it really? Are you a cowboy? 42 quid. Yeah, it was expensive. You do 2-player Catan dice game? How does that work? Like, does one of you not just go, no, I'm not giving you, because it kind of feels like how it would be when I play 2-player Monopoly. It's like, no, I'm not selling you anything because I want to win. Board game these days are, I've spent so much money. I was so tempted. I was in game the other day, and so I've really enjoyed playing on the PS5 the Horizon Zero Dawn. I know it's a PS4 game, but I've been playing it on PS5. And I've really enjoyed that. And I was in game, which to Americans like GameStop, but you know, so like computer games. But our game does like board games and plushes and stuff like that, Warhammer things. And I saw there is a Horizon Zero Dawn board game, and I was so close to buying that. I saw the price and my mind was like, no, but my heart was saying, come on, treat yourself. And then my mind was like, it's just been Christmas, what are you doing? Oh, Cluedo. Oh, right. I have the 50th anniversary. I wonder if I can get a picture, because I'm not going to go and go fish it from like the top of our gaming shelf. But I have this Cluedo. Oh, it's on eBay. I don't want to go to eBay. Go back. Go back. This one. I have this one. I spelled anniversary wrong. This. I have this Cluedo. And the reason I really like it... Oh, here we go. We've got a picture. is it comes with like the figurines are metal. They're little metal figurines. It's so cool. Roll for your roads, villages, and try for high score after 10 turns. Oh, I like that. Oh. Sequence. What's sequence like? Oh, there's no trading. Yeah, no trading, so you just roll. Okay, I like that. I do like that. That seems like a really nice way to try and get your resources without, you know, falling out with each other. I'm spending so much time coloring this in. I've got a feeling nobody's going to be watching the restream to learn anything. We've talked about snakes and board games and hardly anything about Sandbox. I've got to teach you guys something about the Sandbox. Somebody ask a question that I can educate you on real quick. I have got to educate you guys on something Sandbox related. But my aim is to get my friends and everyone like that much obsessed with board games like I am by slowly getting them to play more and more. That I end up being able to convince them to play D&D with me. So I have never played D&D. I have always wanted to play D&D. However, I do kind of suffer socially with new people that I just haven't met, and I've never played D&D before. So it makes me really nervous to go to one of those things where clearly everybody knows each other and I just like wouldn't even know how to properly play it. I get like the general idea of D&D, but like I would need somebody to really like be there to be like, yes, you can do that, like no, this is what you need to do. So my aim is to kind of slowly convince them into thinking it's a good idea. Fire animation. Oh, fire animation. I mean, you can look at my restream of me making a fireplace. Something new. Give me something new. Never told anyone my star ever again. Wait, what? Was my strategy, and she nearly beat you using your own strategy. Oh, strat, not start. Yeah, don't tell people your strategy. Don't do it. It's cards and board game. How do you make something appear in the animator? Okay, yes, we can do that. So wait, Joshua. That reminds me of the Friends episode. Joshua. Oh, not just Josh. No, I prefer Joshua. Okay, like the skit from Friends. If you don't know what I'm on about, go watch Friends and be cool like me. What are the alpha gates for? Can anyone make them? No, the alpha gates are NFTs. But yeah, so Joshua, for making something appear in the animator, do you mean like making it so it appears randomly? So you want to have something hidden and during an animation, you want it to appear? Gems and Catalyst. Okay, so I'm not going to explain Gems and Catalyst right now, just because of how they're being done for people on the Creator Fund is most likely going to be different to how they're going to be done for the general public. So what I know now may not be that relevant, but I will just say with the Gems and Catalysts, obviously the Catalysts are how rare it's going to be. You'll want to sort of assess what the rarity of an item is. So the weapon crates that are part of my giveaways, I've done them as common because a weapon crate you would generally see in a lot of games. You would maybe play 5 games and you might see a weapon, like the same sort of weapon crate in a couple of those games, so it makes sense that it would be a common item, as opposed to the scene that I did. That's a 1 of 1. The Christmas scene, that's a 1 of 1, because there's only ever going to be one of those. It's super rare, so it costs a little bit more. Little bit like this. Okay, so this got I got told to put this as a common item, so common catalyst, because it's something you would generally see maybe in a lot of scenes that, you know, a lot of people would want to buy. And then it was given defense. I don't get to choose these are assigned to us. These get assigned to us. So it would kind of be up to you, and there's not much point me really describing so much about what these actually do until I know exactly how they're going to be implemented. I have a vague idea from a meeting we were all in a very long time ago, but it hasn't been reiterated again, so I don't really want to go into that much detail. And gems by staking, Sandmatic, hopefully at some point. I've heard the same, and staking your land or staking sand on your land or something like that, you'll get gems that way, is what I've heard. Like you had to score appear on your strength machine. Had the score, oh, like yeah, so you want something to flash in and out. Super easy. Let's do it off of this. So we've got kind of a branch here. So I'm going to do new bird load. Apparently a bird is going to be part of this. Now, one thing to bear in mind, whenever you do any sort of animation, it will put a collision box around the entire thing. So that's why things like rooms and stuff like that, I don't animate those. So you need to be aware that even if you're breaking everything apart and doing all separate models and making sure there's no collision on those, as soon as you make it an animation, a collision box will be over the entire thing. So do bear that in mind. Right, let's make a little bird. I have his little stick legs. There we go. And oh, excuse me. My nose started running. Okay, you're gonna have to excuse just how terrible this looks. But this is just for the purpose of this animation demonstration, because I need to teach you guys. How are new animations added to the avatar in Game Maker? So you would need to unlock the avatar. To do that, go over to my YouTube, and I believe it has now been moved into my tutorial section, but give me a moment and I'll just straight up find it. Unlock, I think I need to, yeah. So also, if there's anybody putting like links in the chat, don't click them, only click stuff that I tell you to click if you want to click it. But that goes to my YouTube video about how to unlock templates, and that's where you can edit animations that way. And to add new animations once you've unlocked it, then you just add where I am. Like, let me move myself. So right here is where you add new animations. Also, I did get the Elgato Stream Deck for Christmas. I haven't got it set up yet, once again, because I'm still getting everything moved over to my new computer, but I'm really excited to set that up and play about with that. So what I'm going to do of the trunk, I'm going to create a child node, call it bird, pop the bird in there. Now it'll automatically be on the 0, 0 point. So I'm just going to move it up slightly. So it's still hidden inside. The important thing that you need to do if you want to make something appear and disappear is you need somewhere for it to hide. It needs to be hidden. You can pull it underneath the floor. However, it looks really, really messy and not that good at all. I highly, highly suggest that it gets put inside something. Very, very much. This would be good for a cuckoo clock. It would, wouldn't it? But anyway, we are going to have it. So these are your keyframes right here. Each one of these little tiny lines are your individual... Sorry, the chat's in the way. Down here, each one of these little lines is an individual keyframe. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to go to about halfway. Grab hold of where the bird is. We are going to click this. This is its starting point. I'm going to copy and paste. Then one keyframe, one single keyframe. And oh gosh, this bird is huge for this branch. We are going to position it. There we go. It is now positioned. And we're going to go to about here. I'm going to click copy the final keyframe there and paste again. And then I'm going to go back to the start, click copy and paste. Might make it last just slightly longer. And take a few seconds to come out. So, just watch this. So it appears, disappears, appears, disappears, appears, disappears, appears, disappears. Now, the reason we do it on a single keyframe is because if I extend that, then it will be moving from its original position. So down here, it'll stay there until it hits this point. And then from between this point to this point, it will slowly start to move, which means you get to see it actually coming out. And we don't want that. We want it to make it appear out of nowhere. Now, sure, you could probably have it positioned inside. Copy, paste, and it gets to there. Now, obviously, we don't want it going through like some sort of ghost bird. We're going to have it get to this point. Click there. I have it fly up, so it kind of comes up. We move it here, and then it'll go to that point and then disappear. So we can make it sort of jump up and disappear. Although technically it's just going back to that starting position. So if I just grab hold of that and see, it's stayed hidden. Because it loops as well. So it disappears, then it's back in there. So that's the reason we make it one single keyframe, so it disappears. So we can obviously take these out and put it as a single keyframe. He'll still be inside, so I can quickly grab and copy, paste that. Oh, whoops. Pause. And you'll know that you've done it correctly because these ones here will be blank. There won't be any lines. You can see there's like a line on this one. If I zoom in, see there's a linear line. So it's like automatic from that position to that position. Whereas these are blank, which means there's no movement happening. Could you not cut where it jumps out, flip the frame and paste a copy so it goes back in? You mean like So I have it where it jumps up and then jumps back, like when I had it up here. When I had it up here. So it's a fluid loop rather than disappearing. Yeah, I mean, I could make it go back round, but this was more for just showing someone how to... The bird isn't staying here, by the way. The bird isn't part of this asset. It's more as a demonstration to show single keyframes. So things like... Oh yeah, no, it would look better if it flipped, like if I, instead of going from there, take that one off. I have it sort of like jump up, forward, jump down, and like hop, turn, tilt, go up. And have him sort of like fly down. Quicker than that. And then I would just click this one. Paste it there, and he'll just go back to that position. Making a block from block editor look good as a 3D block and also tileable on all faces. 1 second. Oh, I don't know why I came off of that. Do you know any techniques or tips for making a block from the block editor look good as a 3D block and also tileable on all faces? I mean, you should be able to, unless they've changed it. I did see an update for us on blocks. I don't know whether they're doing edits. I mean, you should be able to just... What do you mean by tileable? Like, you can't add anything else to it. What are you wanting to do with it? I can't do too much without adding my proper color palette. When you go to a single face view, it tiles. Oh, this one, isn't it? No, oh gosh. How do you do single face view? I always just do it this way. Ah! Oh my gosh. Don't like that. Go away. Right, that person's being blocked because I don't know why they keep posting that. This shows how much it was on the top left. That's voxel edges. Oh, just for like left? Oh. Oh, I don't like it. No. I don't like it. What program would you recommend to film a scene of a Vox avatar walking? Light Tracer, probably. That's what I use. Right, let's just delete this. Delete the bird because we're not keeping the bird. I know we all like the bird, but we're not keeping the bird. or you can export it to your inventory and just use Game Maker to record it, do like a screen record or something. But no, so it's been a long time since I've used the blocks, like a year since I've made any blocks, like properly made blocks. Shh, why are you talking to me, phone? Go away. Phone is silly. Right, does anybody have any questions that hopefully I can help you with? If you were more experienced, not with the blocks, no. I would personally, when I use the blocks, I literally just use it the way, like in this perspective, and make things this way. All I know is like, so this is the front, so I can move that to the top. I can copy them like that. Obviously, that's not how I make blocks, but my mind's gone blank. But yeah, I don't use the blocks that often. Sorry. Okay, we're meant to be making plants. Who distracted me? Everybody distracted me. I distracted me. Ah! Oh, Pierre, sending me a lemon over on D-Live. Thank you. And an ice cream. Wait, how many lemons did you send? You sent me 3 Pikachus and 2 ice creams. Thank you. That scared the frig out of me. Why are you... What? I like D-Live. I think it's good. I like the premise. Oh gosh, that's loud. Oh, that was loud. I like what they, like, you know, with the rewards and stuff that you can give your community. I like it, okay? I kind of sometimes wish more people would go over to D-Live because I like the fact that I can reward people for visiting. You said you wanted questions. I do want questions. Give me more questions. Group effort to distract. I haven't participated in any game jams, but I have done one Voxedit competition that I came first place in, and I was very happy with that. Oh, those my songs for for the donations on D-Live were really nice. Having something actually play in my ears. I'm gonna have to get Spotify put back on this computer. Or just put on this computer, not back on here. Oh, duplicate! Oh my gosh. To rotate. Can we see the asset I won with? Yeah. So the theme was Christmas. And I won with the Santa toy table, which was allowed to be minted this Christmas time. So there's animations with it, so there's different little toys. It's got my little Father Christmas there, my happy little elf, a little snowman, presents, conveyor belt, which the toys go into that, and a little ducky in here. Now, I put the duck in here before I found out that Sandbox were doing like a whole duck thing, so I thought that was quite funny. You've drunk a lot of water. I need to drink more water. Stay hydrated, guys. Sports themed game jam. I'm so behind the times. I need to do one of these game jams. I want to. I do want to do a game jam. Just about having the time. Like, I feel like a lot of people that enter them just have so much more time, like work on these for like months on end, put in so much. You have 2-liter purple water bottle. You fill up every day, put in the fridge. Oh, I love a nice bit of cold water. Do you have a guess about the next alpha time? So I do have a guess. However, this is just me guessing. This is in no way, don't take it as a this is something that's going to happen. This is just what I think would be a good idea. I think that maybe Easter time. I think perhaps Easter for a Easter themed game, much like we had the Eve Christmas Miracle or Christmas Eve Miracle by Lululand. Yes, Lululand. I'm sure it's Lululand. Christmas Eve Miracle. I think it would make a lot of sense for an Easter themed one. Otherwise, I don't know. Seeing me work on a game jam entry. I'm not that good at Game Maker though. I'm still learning. Like, I'm still really, really learning. I love Scotch. Thank you for the 5 USD. Sheba Dog saying, hey you, greeting joyfully. Aww. I greet you joyfully with my cold. The current one only runs from December 24th to 9th of January. Not much time at all to make something too complex. Yeah, I mean... and also, I think if you make something that is like a valid entry, you get like 100 sand, which is pretty good. I mean, there's not much time for me to make one if it finishes on the 9th of January. Like, that gives me a couple of days. Don't even know what I'd make. I have no concept. It's a sport one. Okay, I don't know. A lot of streamers are almost too advanced, hard to follow at times. Oh, what, for game jams? Yeah, it's why I rely a lot when I'm doing the game maker version of my streams. I rely pretty much on you guys to teach me. I could build pretty worlds, I could do very basic things, but otherwise I'm like, nah. But sometimes, because this happens as well when I do my streams on Voxedit, and I've had people go like, oh, like, you need to break it down a little bit more. Can you go over that again because you're doing it too quick? And I feel like that might be the same for the game maker people, because they're so used to doing it in a certain way that they kind of forget how other people might not know or be that far in advance. So sometimes it's just worth being like, hey, do you mind just do it, like, if you've got a moment, can you just tell me how to do this? Or if you've got a moment, can you just do it like that? Come up with a sports themed game because of the limitations of the program. Yeah. There is that, for sure. I think you can still come up with something pretty good. But I love Scotch. How are you doing? Did you have a good Christmas and New Year? I really need to get some form of notifications for everything else. When they turn down Whiskers. Oh gosh, what have you been feeding them? Purina? Is it Purina? Wait. Yeah, Purina 1 is like the fancy... Is the fancy cat food, right? Sheba, oh. We can learn together. We can learn together. Your skateboarder recently, I always need to rewatch my videos when I'm working. Thank you for rewatching. I hope you watch the ads. Leave those ads on. I'm not allowed to tell you to do that, but like if you happen to leave an ad on, like that's cool. Like that's appreciated. Right, what do we think about the weird pink plants growing on the side of this? Right, what are your thoughts on the weird flowers? Had lazy Christmas, New Year's, was in bed at 9 p.m. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go quickly grab a little bit more water because I'm kind of like choking. Hey, sorry about that. Oh, thank you for the two USD as well. I wish I was in bed by 9 on New Year's Eve. I was so... well, no, that's not true. I wasn't bored. I was tired. I was still recovering from being ill, and like my partner's parents were having a party, and that was nice, and it was really good seeing some people. But like, his sister's now at the age where she's inviting like all of her friends and stuff to it, and I was just kind of like, I like know 2 of you, and the rest of you are like loud, and I don't know you, and yeah, I was just like, I'm not feeling it, and I'm tired. I was like, oh, never mind. I like the wildflowers. You should let the birdie pollinate them. I got rid of the bird. The bird's gone. The bird wasn't meant to be part of it. Your cat is an IAMS cat. Aww. Wait, wasn't that funny? Oh no, that's Dreamers, isn't it? That's not IAMS, is it? It's Dreamers that That's the funny advert with the cat like going through the walls. But yeah, do I want a bird in this? Because it's gonna cause collision. I suppose we could. Do you guys want a bird in this? Do you want me to have like a random bird? Oh my gosh, what is wrong? I thought it was fungus. I mean, it could be whatever you want it to be. It could be fungus. I don't mind. Use your imagination. It's whatever you want it to be. Have you made electricity yet? What do you mean, have I made electricity? I've no, I guess not. I've made lights. But my game is meant to be set sort of medieval time or medieval fantasy, so there's not really electric lights in my game. There's just torches. Don't say the D. We'll literally do what the cats in the adverse did. Just go right through. A huge tab as I buy in bulk, and she will bash her head into your hand as I'm counting them out just to try and get into the tub. Oh, why did I go off of that? Oh wow, we're almost finished for time and I made nothing. Is there magic? Yeah, sure, there's magic. Look, I'll show you magic. Look, she sprinkles dust. She sprinkles little dust. Oh no, what's that one? There's one that just appears. You doing that? There. She's sprinkling her dust. See? Magic. And look, she flies. I did all this animation, by the way. This is all me. This is all me. And I made her too. This is a speck of dust. Oh, it doesn't notice a spelling mistake. That's so mean. Hold them in close fists and just laugh her going crazy trying to open your hand. Oh, my cats were like, they used to be so vicious. Like mine would, like, while I'm eating cereal, she would do it so gently but with such friggin' force, grab hold of my hand and pull it over to her. And I mean, like, her claws were in me, but gently but with force. She wasn't hurting me, but she was also making it very known that my hand was going to her. She was a pain. It was very funny though. So yeah, did you guys want the bird? Did you say you want the bird? I'm gonna have to remake the bird, but I will remake the bird if you want. Yes for the bird. Okay, yes for the bird. I'll end up making the bird then. Well, that's a full 2 liters done. Well done. I don't think cats know they're hurting with their claws. My one loves to play rough and will ease up if I tell him it hurts. Yeah, I mean, like, mine, I grew up with, like, technically 4 cats, but one of them died really young because they had an issue. And then the other 3 lived for very, very long. With mine dying at about 15 years old, and then the next one died at probably about 16, 17 years old. No, 17, yeah, lived 2 years after mine. And then the other one died about 18 to 19 years. But my particular cat, my one, Becky, she always used her claws, like, always, but she would use them so gently, like, she would never scratch. I never got, like, scratched by her. She would just use them very gently, but very forcefully. I'm painting detail versus modeling detail, balance of the two, or depends on the object. So you want to keep your faces down, really. The faces show up where I'm covering it, so that's always fun. Faces show up here. So you do want to keep the faces down. Modeling detail, designing detail is generally what Sandbox prefer. So a lot of my assets I will do detail like this, because if there happens to be a free asset month, I know that stuff that I've created during these streams I could then put forward to be approved and put up that way, which is really nice because obviously I spend this time making these assets. So it's nice if there happens to be a month where I'm able to upload at least 1 or 2 of them officially. But yeah, sometimes I do combination of both. You can do a combination of both. Personal preference as well, but a lot of the time I do it to keep these faces down. So doing loads of cuts in this, so all of these cuts, every single one is like a face. So that's a face there, that's an additional face, but like a whole bunch going on here. So I could cut in and add detail that way and try and reduce it to a certain extent, like, you know, trying to make it more flat, more square. But forgets to retract his claws, then gets sad that I won't let him touch your face. But also because stuff like this just generally looks a little bit better. Things like that. If I try to do this by adding it onto here, it probably won't look as good. However, we'll use this as an example. So anybody who was on the Sandbox Monday stream, so yesterday, anybody on the official Sandbox stream will have seen this. I've done edits. So I've actually done additional bits here. So instead of this being perfectly straight, I've got a bit of the blanket coming off right there. And we've got a little indents. I've also added a few bits. So we've got the cushion right there and the toy. But I've also done the headboard as well. So we've got a bunch of books on here. Whereas I could have done all of this just painted. I could have added depth with just painting, but because I know the faces for what I'm making here are not going to be too high, that's why I've done it that way. Below 5k, yeah. So for optimal, you want 5,000 or less. Optimal. Well, to export the assets with the lines of the faces. But yeah, so this is what I've done so far from that Monday stream. I've also made a poster. So there's a poster on here with different islands, castle, that's like pyramid sand, little boat, and there's like kind of a hidden Easter egg through some of the assets that I've made. So let me go find it. So this character right here is... I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? Entities, status, published. There's one I've... Ah, luxury TV. Knew it was TV. So on my luxury TV, we've got on, and there's a little panda character. Playing on the TV. And that is what we've got right here. The little panda character from the TV. But also, I've made it into a little plush for the bed. But we'll be doing more on this on the Monday. This is for the Monday stream, so we'll pretend that you guys didn't see all the additional stuff that I did. Want another one of these, so I'm going to duplicate this. And it's 2. How much time have I got? I've overran again! I did tons of tons of overrunning on the Sandbox stream. Now I'm doing it here today. Lucky us. Lucky you indeed. Shh, don't tell anyone else, though. Don't tell anyone else. Okay, right. Yeah, we're gonna end there. So, we've made bugger all, basically. So, what have I shown you today? I've shown you that detailing. We did lovely detailing on this. We made a hole in a tree trunk, made some flowers for it. I also did show you how you can animate an object to just randomly appear, and if you wanted it to not just randomly appear but to go from like inside the trunk onto the branch, I did show you how to do that as well, and why if we're trying to make something just randomly appear as if it's come out of nowhere, like a light flashing on or TV turning on, something like that, then it's important to always do like that single keyframe. And why that's important, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna message you in a minute about that. Right, I could easily continue, but one, I'm not gonna go jogging. I feel like rubbish now. Somehow I've just got really ill again. Oh no, rest up and feel better. But also, part-timer cough. Not part-timer. I've been working all day. I've been working all day. It's not part-time. Just streaming for a short amount of time. Although next Thursday is meant to be the start where I'm going to be doing like a ton. But also, I want to go play Wingspan and see if it really is as good as what I've heard it's meant to be. Also, I am going to apologize because all of my images for my scenes I'm not on this computer, so you're gonna have to just report back about Wingspan. I will. I've got to quickly summarize as well. We made this cute little flower, and we talked about the mushrooms as well. So we didn't do that much, but we did talk about a fair few things. I will report back about Wingspan, and I'm gonna see. Oh, I haven't got anything to end on. Right. I've got to have a shared something in my drive folder, like in the shared drive folder I could quickly put up. I haven't even got my CyberCon's picture. Come on, load. Right, shared with me. Scroll down, scroll down. Is it this? Nope, that's Untamed Isles. I can't find anything. Right. Well, what screen can I give you? Talk amongst yourselves real quick while I sort this. Pro streamer, promise. Right, this one, and then images. Quickly find an image. We'll throw up this image. Come on, download PNG. Do it quick. Go to this one. Properties, browse, download. There we go. Right, cool. This is super bright, but there we go. I now have a screen to just do goodbye with, which is perfect. I hope everybody has had a fun time at the very least, and that I'm feeling much better when it gets to Thursday. Ever so sorry about like the more, well, no, it's fine for it to be more quiet and chilled out, and we got on with chatting about stuff. I enjoyed it. It's been fun. I liked it. Hope you guys did. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, otherwise follow me and do whatever else if you're on Twitch. However I end this. Did this yesterday as well. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the metaverse. Goodbye!